We have huge issues with traffic in Whitstable, and it is a small town built for a few cars, and you have a lot of cars trying to come here, on top of which we have tourism. So subsequently, on many weekends and in the summer, this town is gridlocked and chock-a-block. The infrastructure is appalling, the bus services are dreadful, we have no park and ride, trains are expensive, and so people get in their cars. And really, we need to have investment in structure, investment in cycling lanes, investment in walking. We need to change the culture. We have to educate people into actually not coming by car, but in order to help them to do that and to make the seaside an affordable place to come, a great day out with your family, you have to be able to help people get here. So,
what sort of reaction have you been getting today?
I've been getting a real mixed reaction. So some of the younger generations are really interested in the environment, but I'm finding a lot of the older generation are sort of like, not wanting to be interested in what's there. So a real mix in body language when you're talking about the environment, and that's a really interesting reflection on society and where we are. And trying to move forward, because it's really important that we engage, all the generations and all the people when thinking about the environment. And But I think what we've done today in Whitstable is really important. I think being right on the seaside is really important too, because these are the areas that are going to be under threat going forward. And I just hope that people do rise up, which we're asking Whitstable to do, and take some action. And it's really difficult with COVID at the moment, and really difficult to get that togetherness that we need to get, and to get that empowerment. And I just hope that we pull it off at some point.
Yeah, the town feels really quiet at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
See if any of these leaflets are leaflet.
Would you like a leaflet? No. You set me up there, Peter.
I know, I'm sorry about that. Do you think it's fear?
Yeah, I really think there's fear, and hiding behind fear is the emotion that people are really worried about. Really worried about, have we left this for our kids? Have we left this for our future generations? There are some very passionate older people, there's no doubt about that, and I've met them on various marches. But interesting, when I'm handing out leaflets here, is the younger generations that want to find out about it. Is the older generations know what they want to know, and that's it.
How do you think we could break that down? I mean, do you have any thoughts on it?
Well, I really think it has to come from, we can do our bit as XR, but I really think there needs to be more from government, and more coming down from government in regard to, actually, we've got a major problem and we need to cover it. And, I know I don't necessarily agree with everything the government's done on COVID, but we have an action plan, and we're doing something really different compared to what we normally do.
Yes.
And we need to do that with climate change. We need to do something really different to what we've always done. And if anything, we just need to start hitting the targets that we've committed to.
So not only do we need the micro solution within the town, we need the macro solution, which is affordable transport, affordable cycling, cycle routes, walking routes. All those things will impact on the quality of life here.
Basically, what we're talking about is a comprehensive plan and strategy.
Yes.
Something that's been thought through, and we don't have that at the moment.
Well, we as a group in Whitstable are actually trying to do that. We've had one meeting already called the Traffic Group, the CT5 People's Forum. Have a subgroup of traffic where we're trying to create a traffic plan for Whitstable, which we can present. Now, it'll be multifaceted, and parts of it are beyond our expertise. But we're looking for things like Walk Whitstable Day. Why doesn't everybody have a day just walking? Walk the footpaths down from where, the outskirts into the town, so that we can show that you can walk. Why aren't we greening the walkways? It's been proved time and again, people will walk if they feel safe, if they feel it's green, if they feel it's pleasant to walk in. So there are lots of small things we can do which will contribute to a better environment, better climate, and to support the aims and objectives of XR.
The thing is, okay, so on a sort of like a practical philosophical point, a lot of this is about the role of the state.
Yes.
what the state should be doing.
Yes.
And we live in a culture at the moment where, the state is still being rolled back. Oh, look, a copy of mine has turned up. Thank you. How can we change that? 'Cause that's a really big obstacle.
It is a big obstacle, but you can't just sit there and say, oh, that's a big obstacle.
Yeah.
What you actually have to do is you have to get involved. And we can all get involved at a certain level. So how do you recycle your waste? How do you go somewhere? Where do you get your shopping? How do you support local businesses? Why don't we have days when we as a community just walk places? So while the micro goes on, while we can all get involved in small projects which contribute, well, you then just have to think where you put your vote when it comes to voting. You then have to perhaps get organised community. I'm strongly in favour of residents' groups taking control. It's only through them saying this is our roads and we're not having that. We want a safer environment for our children. We don't want cars screaming up and down there. We want a safe place to live, a good neighbourhood. So I think we have to grow from the community, from organisations and small organisations, and they in the end make a huge impact, because in the end those people go out and vote, and you have to take notice if you want to get elected, and you have to take notice of what they're saying. And so I think that what's happening now, like there's a lot of groundswell about various issues. That's what will impact in the end.
So you really are you say there's a lot of groundswell.
Yes.
I mean, there's genuine interest here.
There is genuine interest at certain levels. People are at different levels of development, so that's great. So there'll be people who are that high, into understanding climate and what it's made up of and how we can do it, to other people who are worried about the way that cars race down their road and nearly kill them because there's so much traffic. All of them say there's too much traffic, not enough buses. So we have to show that at every single level, people can be involved and can bring to fruition their voice through various methods.